Well, finally the day came, a couple of years later, when it was time to go pick up my mother and get her out of that town. Seriously, am I right? Oh, God. So, Mama, we got to get you out of this town. We're going to rent a Ryder truck, and we're just going to load up everything. I'm going to shake the hand of your fabuloso husband, and we are leaving. She said, cool. So we do. Bill and I, we jump in his truck. We drive on to Vidar, Texas, in his truck, not in my little car. In a truck, so we can get into town, you know what I mean? They would go, oh my God, it's a little red car. Mm-hmm. That's a good word. Must be. Mm-hmm. 2 guys, yep, got it figured. No skull there. Seriously. So, I mean, we go to pick her up. We get outside of town. We're just about 10 miles from where she lives. Stopped and called. Said, okay, we're about 15 minutes, whatever, from your house. She says, well, Ronny Travis is here. He wants me to fry some squirrel. It's real stuff. I said, what? We're not even in town yet, and I'm already aggravated. It's like, could you meet us out of town with everything you own? Just drag it all behind you, all that accoutrement, you know. She says, he wants me to fry some squirrel. I've got everything packed away. I've got everything in boxes, you know what I mean? I've got the flour and the oil, everything. I mean, she has taken everything, you know, everything but Travis. Everything but this man, Travis. And she says, and I said, Travis, you know, I'm moving. I'm leaving you. I'm walking out. And you want me to fry squirrel. He says, well, Pat, maybe them boys might want some squirrel. Oh, yeah. I said, Mama, we'll be there in a minute. Do whatever you have to do to keep peace. We'll be there in a minute. We will slowly start moving you out, and we're out of there. Now, we pull up in the front yard. It is still a tiny touch of daylight. We're getting out of the car, and I hear gunshots. I don't hear this in my neighborhood. Do you hear this in your neighborhood? I don't hear this in my neighborhood. I watch Matlock, and that's about as close as I get to that. We stopped. We just stopped, petrified. Mama comes out, she says, y'all come on in. Travis is in the backyard shooting that damn gun. Oh, God, Mama, what's he shooting the gun at? God only knows. Travis doesn't mean anything. Shoot a gun at, just shoot a gun. Just load up the gun, just shoot the gun. Okay. She says, well, you're going to have to meet him, Ronny. Now I'm hearing... She puts her arm around him, around me. As she's walking me to the back door to take me outside, she says, now make him like you, Ronny. I said, okay, I can do that. He sounds like a nice guy. So we sat there for a while, and he was fun. We had so much to talk about. I said, so have you seen Phantom? God. Did I tell you about my Joan Crawford paper dolls, Travis? He's sitting there with a friend named Ronny. A more spent, wasted piece of energy I have never seen in my entire life. The man had no shoes. I don't think he knew what they were anyway. And his eyes were a beautiful color of red. He had in front of him a cocktail, which really surprised me. I would have expected this guy would be drinking straight out of a bottle. He had a mixed cocktail. Ooh, that was probably about the most down-to-earth thing he'd ever done. Am I right? You know, mixed. Ooh, it had orange juice in it. Oh, my God. He's so cultured. His name was Ronny Morton. He was beautiful. He was beautiful. Whoa. Now, Bill and I are sitting there, and we're trying, you know, to just not really say anything, not get in trouble. Mama has left us with these people to go in and continue packing flour and oil and squirrel. And Bill and I both wear wedding rings. For whatever, that is something we do, and that's our business, and that's just something we do. And Ronny Morton says, because, you know, he's been dying to meet us, you can well imagine. They don't see many people like us over there in Vidar. He says, I've been looking over there at that ring. And I said, what? Excuse me? He says, your friend got on a wedding ring. And I said, yeah. He was kind of impressed with that, you know what I mean? And I said, well, I've got one just like a... I don't shoot the squirrels that are in my yard, but if they get across the street, God help them. All this is taking place. It was fabulous, ladies and gentlemen. So we finally rescued my mother from Vidar, Texas. I drove the Ryder truck. Mama's in her Cadillac. And Bill's in his truck. It was a miserable trip, wasn't it? Miserable? Oh my God, it was miserable. We stopped at a truck stop and got coffee, and I think all the people in there also came from Vidar. That's my family. That's my family. I have a cousin, Sherry, who walks up and down her property line with a black candle, casting spells on the next door neighbors. She's not arguing. This happens. This is my family. I have an aunt who, the last time she was in a mental institution, tried to convince the family that she was there to help the other patient. Yeah. And her name is Jarita. And to make it pretty, her first name is Mona. Mona Jarita. Yeah. My mother's mother's name is Frida. Frida and Mona Jarita. I have an aunt who married my mother's brother Gerald, and her name, God strike me dead, is Mawita. I have an Aunt Jarita, an Aunt Mawita, and a Grandma Frida, and my mother's name is Pat. You wonder how I got like this, don't you? There's a mystery here. Would you like to help me solve it? That's my family, and I love them all dearly. I really do. I got some great family, but they're funnier to talk about. You know, when you get them really in person, like my cousin Kathy. She's one of those ones. You know, have you ever played cards with somebody that really is out for blood, and you're playing hearts? You know, you drop a point on her. What'd you pass him, Pat? What'd you pass him? Damn it, you're always supposed to pass a small heart. You know that. Can you get that much bitch in a small person? Is that possible? Lord, it's just the most aggravating thing, and yet you love them. Figure that out. Can you figure that out? Why do you love the people you love when they can drive you crazy? But my mother never drives me crazy. We actually see eye to eye, which is so bizarre. Y'all should think so. I don't know what to do with this chair. Would you hold this for me, please? Why was that bothering me? Ask yourself.